A few years ago, I worked as an overnight security guard in an office building in downtown Chicago. It wasn't the most exciting job, but it was easy money. My main task was sitting in the control room, keeping an eye on the surveillance cameras. The building was pretty standard, 10 floors, modern glass windows, and an open floor design. By midnight, it was always dead quiet. At night, it was raining heavily, and the sound of the downpour made the empty hallways on the monitors feel even creepier. Around something caught my eye on one of the screens. On the fourth floor, in an office near the big corner window, I saw a woman. She was standing completely still, facing the window, her back to the camera. She had long black hair and was wearing a white dress. It struck me as odd because I had checked the building earlier and it was empty. Plus, nobody had entered the front doors all night. Everything was locked tight. I zoomed in to get a better look. That's when she turned her head toward the camera. Her face, it wasn't right. Her eyes were huge, unnaturally wide, and pitch black. Her mouth stretched into this impossibly wide smile, almost as if her skin was tearing. My chest tightened. I tried to convince myself it was some kind of prank or maybe a glitch in the camera feed. But then she stepped closer to the window and lifted her hand to wave. I froze. My hands were clammy, my breathing shallow. Something about her felt so wrong, so out of place, and yet I couldn't look away. I grabbed my flashlight and forced myself to check it out. I took the elevator to the fourth floor, every ding of the doors making me jump. When I got there, the office was empty. The window was closed and locked. There were no footprints, no signs that anyone had been there. I felt a chill creeping up my spine. I was about to head back downstairs when I heard footsteps. Slow, heavy steps. But they weren't coming from the floor I was on. They were coming from above me, from the roof. My heart pounded as I bolted back to the control room. I locked the door behind me and stared at the roof. Cameras. Nothing. The rain was still pouring, but the roof was empty. I sighed, trying to shake it off, but then my stomach dropped. On the monitor for the fourth floor, the woman was back. She was standing in the same spot, but now, she wasn't looking out the window. She was facing the camera. Her face was even closer, and it filled the entire screen. I could see every detail: her pale skin, those black, empty eyes, and that horrible smile. Then the screen went black. I grabbed my phone to call 911, but just as I was dialing, movement caught my eye on another monitor. It was the camera pointing at the control room. I froze. There she was, standing right behind me.